jumping right in here. Also, please feel free to unmute if you have any questions. I want this to be as interactive as possible because I know that so many of you have events coming up, so you might have specific questions for me and the events.com team. So just a quick agenda for us today. We already went through introductions, but I'll tell you a little bit about events.com's history of events. Then we'll talk about a couple of streaming options that you can use for virtual events. We'll talk about the white labeled branding capabilities that events.com has to offer. We'll go through some strategies that will help you communicate with your attendees through invitations, digital marketing, and some of our great integrations. We'll talk about how to increase the return of investment for your events per attendee, and what tools we have to help you with that. As the title of the presentation is steering your event in a profitable direction. This is just in general, but also specifically important during COVID-19. And then I'll share a couple of tips and tricks that will help you improve your virtual events and just some of the tips that I've learned through experience using the platform. And then at the end of the presentation, we'll do a little bit of Q&A, and I'd be happy to set up a one-on-one with any of you to discuss your specific events and to walk you guys through a demo of the platform in a little bit more detail. So without further ado, let's jump in. So thanks, Bernie, for the introduction. So yeah, I studied business and entrepreneurship at Algonquin, as well as event management at Algonquin College. And during that time, I was putting on a whole bunch of events myself, and I think I attended an event every single day that year, just to improve my experience and get some volunteer hours in. Events.com is based in Ottawa in Nepean and San Diego, California. So we have offices on both the East Coast and the Pacific Coast, and we have events all across, all around the world. So we've dealt with events in Europe, in South America, and everywhere in between. So we have some great capabilities for hosting events in both currencies, languages, and time zones, which is great. So our office is in Nepean. I can't wait to get back to the office, but we are a local event management company. We specialize in ticketing and registration, as well as attendee management and event data. So we're a really great portal to market your event and to manage all of the participants in one place. With our integrations, it's really easy to manage everything from your CRM, like we talked about 2 weeks ago, to event marketing with tools like MailChimp. Some notable highlights from this past year. We have a preferred partnership agreement with the EY Center. So we are working closer with consumer trade shows, which is awesome. The EY Center is just right in our backyard. So it's really easy for us to bring over some of our equipment and work directly with some of our local partners. We're highlighted in Faces Magazine's bi-monthly publications, which is super great. They host a number of events as well that we help with. And we've been pivoting to improve the virtual event experience for our organizers and for the organizers' attendees. And so we have a couple strategies that we'll kind of go over in this presentation. So once again, let me know if you have any questions and I'd be happy to answer them. So events.com was originally eventsonline.ca. We merged with events.com about 5 years ago and opened up another office in San Diego. We deal with endurance races. We deal with festivals, performances, social events, and it's really great because our platform can, we specialize in general admission type events. So there's great tools like automated price increases, which is neat because you can actually set your ticket price to be lower and then automatically increase it based on inventory or set date to incentivize supply and demand, so people can purchase tickets before the event at a lower price, which is nice. Just one feature that comes to mind. So for virtual events, I've been doing lots of research, and some of the main streaming services that come to mind are Zoom, of course, which is what we're using today, Vimeo, which has great password protection capabilities, and Vimeo also has a company called livestream.com, which helps with webinars and one-to-many style virtual events. And then, of course, YouTube and Facebook are great for just putting up a live event, recording it, publishing it, and having it in your YouTube account so that you can acquire views but what's about events.com is you can personalize the registration experience to collect those viewers' information, like first name, last name, email, phone number. Maybe if you have a required age limit, you could say 19 plus. But also, it gives you the information rather than, say, YouTube or Instagram, where they would have this information. So this helps with, it helps build your brand and your company, and allows you to have a working CRM that's fully integrated and lets you engage with your community and build your community. Any questions about virtual platforms? We can come back to this, but just while we're on the topic.
Ben?
Yeah.
When you're doing the virtual platforms, does any of this kind of reflect back in any SEO optimization? Does that kind of reflect either back to your site or to the event itself?
Good question. So the events.com landing page actually has, it allows you to leverage your social media. So on the landing page, you can share your video, whether that's YouTube or Vimeo. You can put up your Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook pages. So when you share the event, you can incentivize people to, first of all, comment and engage with your social media, but leveraging all of your social medias improves your search engine optimization. Zoom doesn't do a whole lot for search engine optimization because it's primarily your host. So you'd be leaning on events.com and the social medias that you're sharing your event to increase your search engine optimization. Vimeo is great because of the privacy settings. So you can actually create a password protected video you can share the URL with your attendees after they register, and then you can send them the password via MailChimp, which is one of our integrations. And then Vimeo also has a lot of customized settings, so you can share your website link at the end of the event, or you can using Stream by Vimeo, you can do your webinar and have people send in questions where you can answer them as they come in, and set up polls and some cool things like that. And then, of course, YouTube and Facebook is incredibly good for search engine optimization. But there's less security, and events rely heavily on security because you're trying to collect people's information so that you can provide them with enough value for their registration and for their time, especially with virtual events. So I wanted to now dive into events.com to share what the user experience is like, and just some highlights for our features is like events.com is great for collecting registrations and ticketing. It's a payment processing service. We integrate with Google Analytics, Tag Manager, and Facebook Pixels. For marketing, we actually do have a digital marketing service, which is really great for those event organizers who want to have an expert set up that digital marketing campaign. And that service ranges from $300 to $700, but they're experts, and they deal specifically with digital marketing for social media. Then e-commerce, we'll get into that in a little bit, but events.com has great e-commerce functionality, so you can sell tickets, collect registrations, and then upsell additional products and services in the checkout to increase the return on investment per attendee. That's also great for sponsorship activation. For races, we actually work very closely with bibnumbers.com. They work out of our Ottawa office, and it's a fully functioning print shop. So they will print anything from race plates to bib numbers to business cards. Print ID products is what they specialize in. For festivals and concerts, something that's trending right now are drive-in theaters, and so expect maybe some drive-in concerts coming soon. So for conferences, we work very closely with the EY Center for ticketing and but we also have an on-site. We have on-site equipment, so which allows you to sell tickets on site as well as your additional attendee items, and that's really great because it's an acting POS system. So for fundraisers, you can use the e-commerce to collect donations. For festivals, we already spoke to concerts, and festivals are similar, but any type of general admission type event, and of course social events. So let's just dive right into events.com, and I'll show you kind of what our website is like as it loads. You will be able to very easily create your event. And I highly recommend everyone go on and create a test event or put your event up on events.com. Our amazing customer success team is here to help everyone who has any questions. And also, I will point out at the bottom of the website, if you go to the Help Center right here, Shannon, and The rest of our lovely customer success team, Brian and Curtis, they've created amazing help articles to answer all of your questions. So if you're organizing an event, you can actually go in, hint, hint, and access a large database of really helpful articles. So if you're interested in maybe just creating an event, you can look at that. If you have any questions about hooking up your MailChimp account, that will be under like event promotions. But back to events.com. Yeah, it's really easy to create your event, and I won't dive too deep into creating your event on this call, but I will show you what an event might look like on events.com. So what's really great about our platform is it's a white labeled registration platform. So it generates your own unique URL with your own landing page. You can have a customized background. Right now it's just a solid color. You can have your banner image, the event date, time, location, ticket type, custom color schemes, your event description, and photos. I recommend everyone sign up for more of Connect Ottawa's events, which you can see by clicking Connect Ottawa down here. So it will show the rest of the events that are coming up, which is great. We'll just click on this one for one more example. You can see that we have the nice blue in the background, and it doesn't distract the purchaser, the buyer, from your event. So when they're on this page and when you promote this page, it's very direct. Will incentivize people to register. So I just want to quickly show one of our upcoming events that actually has a ticket price. And what they've done is they have their register now for free, but then they also have like an all access pass to some of their additional content, which is password protected. And what they're going to do is they're recording it, bundling it up, and creating like a live experience that's a little bit more exclusive, and then they're providing that recording to those attendees. But they have lots of upcoming like coaching courses and whatnot that they're selling. So it's a little bit more. They've done a great job at adding a price to their tickets. But if you go in and actually register, or I go down, I'll also show you kind of what they've done here by adding their speakers and an image to the checkout or to the event description. But if I go into register, you can see that they have their custom questions, but they also have attendee items. And so you can include or exclude the content that they're providing as an attendee item. And then they're also upselling additional like products and services, and also collecting donations. So it's super easy to increase the amount of spend per attendees. And then of course they have their full event recording, which is the next ticket type. And then it just adds it to the checkout right down here. And it's a great way to monetize. I know this is a great place to maybe sell coffee, or to collect donations, sell coaching courses, any type of service that you want people that you have available for people to purchase. This is a great place to showcase these products.
And when you go to set up a donation to a charity, what's involved in that?
Yeah, so right now it's an attendee item. So what you do is you just link your Stripe account to the event, and when people register and pay, there is a processing fee for the transaction, but the money is transferred into your account twice a month, on the 5th and the 19th, I believe. Correct me if I'm if that's wrong. 5th and the 19th, or the closest business day. So if you're trying to give a tax receipt, I'm pretty sure that's a manual process.
Okay.
Any other questions about the look and feel of the events.com registration page? Okay. Perfect. So that's just a very quick overview. If you have, if you need any help setting up the event, our whole team in Ottawa is here to support. But I'm happy to give some live demos in the future where we can actually dive into the back end. But I don't want to. We'll do that after, because we'll just dive into the next slide. So there's the registration page, and this is the confirmation email. So once they register, you will have access to a confirmation message and a confirmation email. And what's really cool about this confirmation message is, we'll dive into the next slide, which is your event communications. And I really liked how they're incentivizing other people to post pictures of once they've registered on social media. And then they also have hashtags. So when someone looks up that hashtag, they can see your event, right? So, and this is right in the confirmation message. They say, mark your calendar, May 21st at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then they say, like, thanks for participating, post, like, share this event and use these hashtags, which is really great. With MailChimp, you can send live updates before and after the event, which is a great tool for advertising your event and marketing it. Another cool feature is invitations. So you can send personalized invites to anyone in your CRM, anyone in your customer base, kind of prompting them to register, and you can also provide them a discount. And then, so for merchandise, kind of quickly, we kind of touched on this, but we have, it's great for sponsorship activation, where you can put your, the logos, you can write a description, you can sell like additional products, merchandise. There's a 4% processing fee. And then there's custom color schemes where you can use your own branded colors for your event page, so it looks very similar to your website. So there's our office and our team. So some quick tips and tricks. I always suggest resending the confirmation email before your event. I really recommend hyperlinking URLs so it looks cleaner. Utilize MailChimp for live event updates. Use events.com for sponsorship activation, whether that's putting their logo on the banner image, in the event description, or in the confirmation email, as well as adding their logos with hyperlinks in any of your marketing blasts with MailChimp. Sell additional products and services to increase return on investment for participant, and of course set up a demo with me for more information. So now I will open it up to the rest of you, and of course there's my information. If you'd like to get in touch,